Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the swirling drama and tangled relationships in Port Charles as we preview the explosive events set for Monday, May 19th. From Sonny Corinthos' growing concerns over Carly Spencer's bold decisions to Nina Reeves' dire predictions of impending chaos, there's no shortage of tension in this beloved soap opera. Buckle up as we explore the intricate web of secrets, betrayals, and unexpected alliances that are about to unravel, with fresh details and deeper insights into the lives of our favorite characters. Let's start with the ever-complicated dynamics between Sonny Corinthos and Carly Spencer. In the upcoming episode, Sonny finds himself wrestling with unease as Carly charges headfirst into a legal battle to defend Michael Corinthos' interests in a heated custody dispute. Her fierce determination to protect her family is admirable, but Sonny fears her impulsive approach might ignite a firestorm of unintended consequences. Unwilling to stand idly by, Sonny is poised to intervene, seeking out Willow Corinthos for a heart-to-heart in hopes of cooling the escalating tensions. This unexpected move could either pave the way for a rare moment of peace or backfire spectacularly, given the fractured trust between the families. Will Sonny's diplomatic efforts soothe the storm, or will they stir up even more animosity in an already volatile situation? Meanwhile, Nina Reeves is sounding the alarm as she foresees disaster on the horizon. Her conversation with Curtis Ashford reveals her deep anxiety over the brewing custody clash involving Willow, who has just been blindsided by legal documents. Nina is particularly troubled by Drew Kane's ruthless strategy to paint Michael as an absent father in the courtroom, a tactic she views as not only unethical but destined to fracture family bonds beyond repair. Curtis, ever the voice of reason, might offer a steadying perspective, urging Nina to focus on de-escalation rather than confrontation. However, Nina's next move is a daring one. She approaches Carly with a monumental request. Sources hint that she may implore Carly to pause the legal proceedings, at least until Michael is back on his feet. But with Carly holding damning knowledge of Nina's involvement in Drew's scandalous night of drugged indiscretion, this plea could be a double-edged sword, threatening to expose buried secrets at the worst possible moment. On another front, Drew Kane is playing a dangerous game of chess with high stakes in Port Charles. In a tense exchange with Tracy Courtroom, Drew reveals a chilling plan that labels Mayor Laura Collins as collateral damage in their broader scheme to oust Sonny from the town's power structure. While Tracy is no stranger to ruthless tactics, even she hesitates at the moral cost of Drew's cold calculation. Their alliance, built on mutual ambition, hangs by a thread as Tracy weighs her loyalty to family against her desire to see Sonny dethroned. Could this internal conflict within the Courtroom camp create an opening for Sonny to regain his footing? Or will Drew's unrelenting drive push their plan forward, dragging Laura into a political and personal quagmire she never saw coming? At the hospital, Ava Jerome finds herself entangled in yet another web of intrigue as she confers with Portia Robinson. Their discussion centers on the latest developments in Ava's ongoing blackmail saga involving Drew, a situation that has her on edge. Determined to regain control, Ava advises Portia to shift strategies, offering shrewd counsel that could turn the tide in her favor. But Ava's knack for manipulation often comes with a price. Will her guidance help Portia navigate the storm, or will it pull them both deeper into a mess of their own making? The hospital, often a backdrop for life-altering revelations, seems poised to witness another layer of deception unfold as these two powerful women plot their next move. Elsewhere, the mystery surrounding Giovanni Gio Palmieri's origins takes center stage as Lulu Spencer teams up with Cody Bell to unearth the truth. Lulu is convinced that Joe's mother holds the key to a long-buried secret, and Cody, ever loyal, throws his full support behind her quest. Their investigation points to a stunning possibility that Brooklyn Courtroom, not Camilla as previously assumed, may have given birth to Gio under circumstances shrouded in secrecy. As they dig deeper, the duo inches closer to a revelation that could rewrite family histories. However, their pursuit isn't without obstacles. Hidden letters, cryptic messages from the past, and reluctant witnesses stand in their way, promising a journey fraught with emotional peril. Will Lulu and Cody uncover the truth before it's too late, or will their search ignite a backlash from those desperate to keep the past buried? Speaking of Brooklyn, she finds a moment of solace in a reassuring conversation with her grandmother, Tracy Courtroom, who urges her not to dwell on the skeletons in her closet. Tracy's confidence that their shared secret is safe offers temporary comfort, but unbeknownst to them, the walls are closing in. The winds of change are blowing, and the impending explosion of truth could shatter their carefully constructed facades. Adding to the tension, Gio himself confronts Brooklyn with a heartbreaking confession. He feels utterly rejected by Dante Falconeri, who seems to have no place for him in his life. Joe's resigned acceptance of Dante's cold shoulder masks a deeper pain, and it raises questions about whether reconciliation is even possible or if this rift will only widen as more family secrets surface. Across town, the undercurrents of conflict and betrayal continue to simmer, painting a vivid picture of a community on the brink. Each character's choices ripple through Port Charles, weaving a complex tapestry of loyalty, deception, and longing. As Sonny grapples with protecting his family, Nina wrestles with her conscience, and Lulu hunts for answers. The stakes have never been higher. Monday's episode promises to be a turning point, where alliances will be tested, secrets will teeter on the edge of exposure, and the fragile peace of Port Charles might finally shatter. What unexpected twists await as these storylines collide? Will cooler heads prevail in the custody war, or will Drew's machinations unleash chaos that no one can contain? And most importantly, can the truth about Joe's past bring healing, or will it tear apart the very fabric of the Courtroom family? Next, we will explore the electrifying anticipation surrounding Michael Corinthos' imminent return to Port Charles and the whirlwind of drama that might accompany it. With rumors of a recast stirring excitement among fans, the possibility of Michael stepping into a life-changing moment helping Sasha Corbin deliver their baby promises to be a heart-pounding storyline. Join us as we delve into the intricate details, weave in fresh twists, and paint a vivid picture of what could be one of the most unforgettable births in General Hospital history. Let's begin with the buzz of Michael Corinthos' comeback, a moment fans have been eagerly awaiting. The whispers of a recast add an extra layer of intrigue, as a new face could bring a different energy to Michael's complex character. But the real question on everyone's mind is whether his return will align with a dramatic, perfectly timed event. Imagine Michael stepping back into Port Charles just as a crisis unfolds, placing him at the heart of a pivotal family milestone. The idea of him being in the right place at the right time to assist Sasha during the birth of their child isn't just poetic, it's the kind of emotionally charged reunion that General Hospital thrives on. This could mark not only a physical return but an emotional rebirth for Michael, redefining his bonds and responsibilities in ways he never anticipated. Now, let's talk about the arrival of baby Corinthos, a child whose entry into the world is almost guaranteed to be anything but ordinary. Soap opera babies rarely glide into existence under calm circumstances, and Port Charles has a storied history of dramatic births, whether it's in the midst of a raging storm, a malfunctioning elevator, or a remote hideaway far from medical help. Baby Corinthos is likely to follow this chaotic tradition, with speculation running rampant about the unconventional setting of their debut. Perhaps it will be in an abandoned warehouse during a blackout, or maybe on the outskirts of town as Sasha finds herself cut off from help. Adding to the stakes, Jason Morgan has been a steadfast protector, guarding Sasha and playing the role of the baby's father to shield the truth. Yet, even Jason's vigilance has its limits, and the possibility of him being absent at a critical moment sets the stage for a high-tension scenario where Michael's sudden appearance could be a game-changer. Disaster, as it often does in Port Charles, looms large on the horizon, potentially hastening Sasha's labor despite her due date being a couple of months away. While May might not bring the chaos, June could very well be the turning point, aligning closer to Sasha's expected delivery. Picture a catastrophic event shaking the town, maybe a devastating hurricane tears through the coast, or a fierce tornado uproots normalcy, trapping residents in perilous situations. Alternatively, Sasha could find herself inadvertently caught in the aftermath of a mob-related explosion, a stark reminder of the ever-present underworld dangers in Port Charles. Such an event would be timed early enough to raise serious concern if labor begins, yet not so premature that the baby's survival odds are dire. The writers of General Hospital are unlikely to subject Sasha to the heartbreak of losing another child after carrying this one so far, so the narrative might lean toward a harrowing but ultimately hopeful resolution. The emotional weight of Sasha's predicament cannot be overstated. Imagine her, alone and overwhelmed, gripped by the first intense waves of contractions in a dire setting, perhaps a crumbling building or a rain-soaked roadside with no one in sight. The fear and isolation would be palpable as she braces herself for the unthinkable. Then, in a twist of fate, Michael emerges from the shadows, his return not just timely but almost miraculous. His presence would catch Sasha and the audience completely off guard, transforming a moment of despair into one of hope. This dramatic rescue could serve as more than just a physical lifeline. It might rekindle the spark between Michael and Sasha, forging an unbreakable connection as they witness their child's first breath together. The shared intensity of such an experience, coupled with the need to keep Michael's paternity a closely guarded secret, would add layers of complexity to their already tangled relationship. Further enriching this storyline is the undercurrent of secrecy and sacrifice that defines Sasha and Michael's dynamic. Even as they bond over the newborn's arrival, they must navigate the delicate dance of deception, ensuring that the truth of the baby's lineage remains hidden. This secrecy could introduce new conflicts, perhaps drawing suspicion from those closest to them, like Willow or Jason, who might sense something amiss in the whispered exchanges or lingering glances between the new parents. Additionally, Michael's return could stir up old wounds within the Corinthos family, especially if his absence has left unresolved tensions with Sonny or Carly. How will he balance his role as a father under wraps with the expectations and demands of his family? The emotional tightrope he walks could become a central theme, adding depth to his character's journey. The broader implications of this birth also ripple through Port Charles, potentially reshaping alliances and rivalries. If disaster strikes as speculated, the community's response could bring unlikely heroes to the forefront, while exposing vulnerabilities in others. For instance, a natural disaster like a hurricane might test the town's infrastructure and emergency preparedness, putting characters like Portia Robinson or Elizabeth Weber in critical roles as medical professionals racing against time. Meanwhile, a mob explosion could reignite old feuds, pulling Sonny Corinthos deeper into a web of retribution at the exact moment his family needs him most. These overlapping crises would amplify the stakes of baby Corinthos' birth, turning a personal milestone into a town-wide reckoning. As we await Michael's return and the dramatic arrival of baby Corinthos, the possibilities are as endless as they are thrilling. Will Michael indeed swoop in at the 11th hour to deliver his child, creating a moment of unity with Sasha amidst the chaos? Or will unforeseen obstacles keep them apart, leaving Sasha to face her greatest challenge alone? And how will the secret of the baby's true parentage hold up under the intense scrutiny of Port Charles's ever-watchful eyes? These questions linger, fueling speculation and excitement for what's to come. We invite you to share your theories and predictions in the comments. Could this be the start of a renewed romance for Michael and Sasha, or will their hidden truth unravel everything? Next, we will uncover the intense courtroom drama brewing in Port Charles as Willow Tate Corinthos faces a tumultuous custody battle that could cost her everything. With betrayals, strategic maneuvers, and shocking revelations at every turn, the fight for Wiley and Amelia Corinthos promises to be a heart-wrenching saga. Let's dive into the chaos, with expanded details and fresh perspectives on the unfolding events, as Carly Spencer schemes to dismantle Willow and Drew Kane's defense while dark secrets threaten to upend lives. The storm begins with a devastating blow to Willow in the May 14th episode, where she is blindsided by divorce and custody papers. The shock on her face is almost palpable, though some might argue she should have seen this coming after her affair with Drew, Michael Corinthos' own uncle. Yet, while Willow reels from the legal ambush, Carly Spencer stands unfazed, having orchestrated this battle herself despite Michael's likely absence from the courtroom due to his recovery in Germany. Carly's resolve is ironclad as she plots with Diane Miller and Jason Morgan to navigate the seemingly insurmountable challenge of Michael's unavailability. Their strategy sessions, held in the dim light of Carly's living room, are fraught with urgency as they grapple with a looming court date on June 2nd. Determined to fight for her grandchildren, Carly unveils a ruthless plan to stand in for Michael and tear apart Drew and Willow's credibility, leveraging scandalous evidence that could obliterate their chances. The air is thick with tension as they prepare to wield a damning video of Drew's infamous night with a supposed sex worker, a piece of footage that has already spread like wildfire across social media. This, they believe, will paint Willow as unfit if she continues to reside with Drew, setting the stage for a courtroom showdown of epic proportions. However, Diane interjects a chilling warning amidst their scheming: even if Willow and Drew are discredited, there's a wildcard in play: Grandma Nina Reeves. Should the judge deem neither parent suitable, Nina could swoop in and claim temporary custody until Michael returns. This possibility adds a layer of dread to Carly's calculations, as Nina's history with the family is a tangled web of resentment and redemption. Could Nina, with her own complicated past and unpredictable motives, emerge as an unlikely guardian? The mere thought sends shivers down Carly's spine, prompting her to double down on her strategy, knowing that losing to Nina might be a bitterer pill to swallow than losing to Willow herself. Meanwhile, the specter of Michael's absence looms large, a reminder of the physical and emotional scars he bears from his ordeal, making Carly's mission to protect his children all the more personal. On the opposing side, Drew scrambles to mount a defense by enlisting the sharp-minded Rick Lansing as their legal counsel. In a desperate bid to secure custody, Drew proposes a controversial tactic: branding Michael as an absentee father, capitalizing on his current inability to be present for Wiley and Amelia. Willow, however, wrestles with guilt over this narrative, fully aware that Michael's absence is due to severe injuries sustained in a tragic accident, not neglect. Her conscience gnaws at her as she questions the morality of such a move, torn between her loyalty to Drew and the truth about her children's father. Rick, ever the pragmatist, pushes forward with a steely determination, crafting arguments that paint Willow as a devoted mother caught in unfortunate circumstances. Yet, beneath the legal posturing, there's an undercurrent of doubt. Willow's decision to move in with Drew while still married to Michael casts a shadow over her judgment, and Rick knows the optics could be disastrous in the eyes of a discerning judge. Willow's choices come under harsh scrutiny as the case builds, with many in Port Charles whispering that her actions border on reckless. Moving into Drew's home so soon after her separation from Michael paints her as impulsive, potentially unfit to prioritize her children's needs over her personal desires. Compounding this perception is her astonishing decision to temporarily sign over legal guardianship of Wiley and Amelia to Drew while Michael recovers, a move that appears to many as an attempt to erase Michael from their lives and install Drew as their new father figure. Local gossip, fueled by late-night conversations at Kelly's Diner, buzzes with judgment, with patrons shaking their heads over Willow's apparent naivety. A judge, guided by the best interests of the children, is likely to view these decisions with a critical eye, especially as Carly and Diane prepare to unleash a barrage of evidence highlighting Drew's tarnished reputation. Photographs and videos circulating online depict him in compromising situations: body shots with a prostitute and allegations of ketamine use at a wild party, scandals that dominated local news headlines for weeks. Despite Drew's insistence that he was drugged by a mysterious figure named Jacinda, the court of public opinion and potentially the legal court remains skeptical, armed only with his word against a mountain of damning visuals. The incident involving Jacinda spiking Drew's drink with ketamine adds a murky twist to the narrative, one that Carly and Diane are eager to exploit. If Willow had any foresight, whispers among Port Charles residents suggest, she would distance herself from Drew immediately, taking Wiley and Amelia far from the scandal's reach to salvage her chances at custody. Her decision to stand by Drew, epitomized by her appearance in a striking red dress at a press conference, a look some derided as robotic and out of touch, only deepens the perception of her as a woman swayed by poor influences. Her hasty relocation into Drew's lavish home, complete with its ostentatious decor and whispers of late-night arguments overheard by neighbors, further fuels the narrative of irresponsibility. Willow's supporters, few though they may be, argue she was seeking stability for her children during a tumultuous time, but the consensus leans toward criticism. Her alliance with Drew, a congressman whose political clout offers no miracles in family court, seems to be a series of catastrophic missteps. Fans watching from home are practically shouting at their screens, urging Willow to prioritize her children's stability over a relationship that appears doomed to drag her down.